dynamic one. The dynamic one interacts with the database. So each time you display an HTML, the PHP will go in the background and fetch whatever that's on the database, and it will display it on your screen as it is happening here on TikTok. So within other languages that I know that can actually offer you the same aesthetic, it's Java, Django, it's Python actually, and then it's JavaScript can also support back-end programming, just that you have to understand a little bit of Node.js, and yeah, pretty much every language can support back-end except for HTML. HTML is not a programming language. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Victor. For who was asking the question? I think it was this lady, Lungi. Did you get the basics of what PHP is before we can continue, or is there any other questions you'd like to ask? And then there's another one. I'm a front-end dev but interested in PHP. Welcome, Cyril Jabu. Today's video is not very straightforward in maybe a project that we are focusing on, but if you would like us to give you a quick start or a guide as to maybe how you install PHP, how does it work, because even after installing PHP, for you to run PHP files, they must be in a specific folder. There is a way of calling, of initiating the connection. There is a way of also including PHP within HTML, all of those things. So I'm not so sure on what level you are currently, but then we can take it from there. Okay, thank you. It's from it's Lungi. Okay, you guys may ask questions along the way. So with PHP, basically what we are doing, we are interacting with the database, and to do that you need to initiate the connection. So this is me initiating the connection here. I did everything in one page because it's just a rough project. With a database language or a back-end language, normally what you do with a database, it's these four states. You can either create data, you can read data, you can update it, you can delete it. So that is how you interact with data in the database. And with PHP, the key, what do they call this? The keywords, is it keywords? If not mistaken, the keywords for, is it keywords? I don't want to use the wrong term. With PHP, they use the words that are sort of easy for you to understand. For example, here in line, what is it? Let me hide this section. With line 19, we were trying to fetch data from the database. So what we did is to say select all from viewers. So the word itself does give you an idea of what is happening here. And the project that we were working on, it was a rough project where we insert the user data to the database, and then the data gets to be displayed here. So that is what we were working on. We did not follow many security precautions because it's just a rough project for people to get started. So we can, if you guys want, make a rough example as to, let's say now you want to update data in the database. There are also some considerations that you need to have in mind so that you only update what it's needed, you see. So also for deletion, it's crucial to for the data in your database to have unique IDs so that when you delete, it's easier for you to pick the one that you want to delete. So there are ways of creating your unique IDs. The one that I recommend, or not the one that I recommend, the one that I normally use is the auto increment. So you never worry about data having a clash in the unique ID or things like that. So I'm not so sure what you guys want us to do because I didn't actually plan this live session. Someone just asked me to do it so that they can ask questions about PHP. So I'm not so sure if you guys do have any questions. Yes. And in case you are wondering, guys, there are a lot of projects that I did with PHP. So this is a website that I created back in 2020. I was trying to make a prototype of YouTube. So I did it with only PHP as a back-end language. So this was my project. People can create account, they can upload videos, you can play the video, you can comment. The profiles that are gray, that means the video was posted by someone without an account. And then some videos that have a profile picture like this one, meaning the person who uploaded the video has an account. So it's a project that I developed with only few months of PHP knowledge. So it was me learning PHP after for like 2 months, and then I created this project. And mind you, this website doesn't have much security because back then I just wanted to build something. I wasn't focusing on the security, people hacking the website. I just wanted to build something. So this is the website that I built. And as you can see, if you can look at the first video or the earliest videos, they were posted back in 2021 around May. And then if you can check the oldest one, okay, this one was posted 2021 March. That was because I did update the website, and also I changed some of the data got lost during the process. So yeah, there is a lot that you can do with PHP. Yes, but it depends on your mindset. Anyone can. Oh, so you are answering. Can anyone do coding? Oh, you were answering happy. Yeah. I hope you got the answer happy. Someone did answer you in the comment section. The only thing that you need for coding, it's the drive for you to open your mind, be free to learning, and also put in the effort. When it comes to IT, learning alone doesn't help. You also need to act. You need to code. You need to face errors. You need to fix those errors. That's how you learn. So it doesn't matter whether you did not learn coding or you did not do IT. Nowadays it's very much easy to learn coding, especially the what do they call these languages, Victor? The low level language. No, the high level language. The ones where when you are coding, it feels like you are writing an essay. You see, basically you are talking to the computer saying, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. So the high level languages, yeah, say something, Victor.
It's more of Lua. Lua it's more like that. Also Python, LTP.
Yes, it makes it fluent for you to understand what's happening there. Yes. Okay, it was happy. Okay, happy. do you have a background in IT, or you are someone who wants to learn it online with friends, with or online tutorials? I think I should have a structured session. Yo, my PC has dude random UI UX user interface, I think. Okay, did answer every question here. Okay, so everyone is answered. Is there anything specific that you guys would want us to focus on? I did not plan this session, I don't want to lie, and I don't want to be here and not do anything. You see, so anything that regarding databases, uh, front end, back end languages. Let's make a to-do list for fun. As in now at this moment.
Yes,
Okay, guide me, Victor. I've never, I've never taken that task before. So
okay. So basically, to-do list. The
yeah,
reason why I'm saying a to-do list, it was always a drive. Whenever I was learning a new language, I would do a to-do list first before I actually move any further. So the reason why I always choose this project for every language, it's because it includes all the necessities. I've seen that you've mentioned CRUD, which
yes,
is create, read, update, and delete.
yes.
So a to-do list is more of like that, and you can actually, you see this HTML that you are displaying here. You just can have one. Was this one text input, and then you have a submit button, and then after that, on the bottom you show all the lists that were submitted, and then you can click maybe some X to delete those tasks. You see,
Okay.
I think
So
you get my view.
so we can sort of treat these people as a task, and then
Tasks
somewhere at the end we then add maybe delete, remove, update, something like
and
that.
edit, yeah, something like that.
Okay, so what I need is to add icons here to represent the task that we want.
You can you can actually maybe you can add an X just for simplicity, because people
Okay.
will get bored.
Okay, if it becomes too long. Okay. So for those who are watching, let us come back here to the database first. So what we are trying to do is for us to now manipulate the database, because what we were doing before, it was adding the data and fetching the data, but now we want to manipulate the data that is existing. It's either we update it or we remove it from the database. So that is what we will be doing from now on, right? So what we are going to do, the way I was fetching data, I was fetching data one by one with a loop. So if the condition that we have specified, if it's still true, we continue fetching data, and while we are fetching data, we are printing the data. So we print inside the loop. While we fetch, we print. While we fetch, we print. So what I'm going to do here at the end, I am going to add an X for deleting, and then for update it's going to be a bit complicated, because you then need to have a data that will replace whatever that you are updating. So for now I'm just going to put an X. I will just say maybe delete here, and as you can see, let's go back. the delete will just be a name for every data that we are fetching. It's not going to do anything. So if we refresh, there is this text that says delete, but what we want to do is to actually click the button and then the data gets deleted. That is what we want to do. So let us do this together. I know I may not follow a fluent what is it, a fluent way of doing it, but then for now it's not about best practices. It's just for you to get an understanding as to how such tasks can be achieved, right? So we can make this one a button. We want it to be clickable, so I will just say should I say a form? Okay, since I don't want to use JavaScript, I will just use a form here. And Victor, don't be mad at me. I know there are a lot of ways to achieve this task, but don't be mad at me, Victor. I will just say this one is button, and then I will say delete. Okay, it's delete. I want to say delete, and now let me close the button, right? So what we were doing now, we were just converting this word to a button. So if we refresh, now it's a button, but it's on a next line because it has no styling and all of that. Do I need to style the button? Okay, but let me say, let me make it an input so that even it design lehlukile. Just say an input, and then let me say type, and then let me say submit. Okay, let me make it a submit. Yeah, okay. Okay, the delete, I must now remove it because ngishida ilon. So kumele ngithi is it name? No, the name not going to be this one, but then ngifuna kube i-id the name. And then kambe what's the name that represents a button? Kambe what's the name, Victor? Victor?
Yes.
The name that represents. Oh, it's save. Okay, here is it. No, the name that I want to update this name.
Just write delete. Just write delete on that thing. On the name part. Yeah, just write delete.
You see, it's capturing the name. When I wanted to change this name, I think it's placeholder. Yeah, I think it's placeholder. Yeah.
Placeholder.
Yeah, placeholder. I think a button does has a placeholder.
Not value.
Value, thank you. Yeah. Yes. You see this thing of coding. Oh yeah, now we do have the delete. Okay, so now the crucial part for us guys to keep in mind, it's the ID. So the name of our button should be a name that is sort of unique from the data that we are fetching. So let us also fetch the ID here so that we can use it as the name of our button. I'll just say ID, and then in here we write the name that it's our database column that we want. So we are going to write ID also here, and then inside the name of the button, the one I'm highlighting, we now need to enter the ID, this one that we were collecting, not the name. So by doing this, we are ensuring that whenever we click the button delete, it will only consider the value that relates to the row of this ID. Yes. And also let me input. So we are deleting the whole thing here, right? Okay, it's fine. Let me do it like this. I don't wanna be too focused in other things. Okay, and then for now we can handle the form submission. Let me put it in a different page. Should I? No, the same page will be okay. I'll just say method. I'll just say method and say method is going to be post, right? If you have a question, guys, oh, it's value. Thanks, Lwazi. I forgot. Yeah, it's value. What do I do, or where do I go? Okay, I think I did answer this one. Are you using PHP? Yes, I'm using PHP, responding to the Internet King. So now let us process the form. I can even process it after the while loop. It's fine. And then here I will just say if. Okay, what I did here. Let me not. Okay, let me have a different approach. In here, I don't want to make this thing complicated, so let me have an input that will be hidden here so that I get to none, and then I say type. I say it's going to be the text. Yes, I don't want to make things complicated. And then I will just say the name, it's going to be user, and then name is going to be user, but the value I want it to be the ID, but the value is going to be the ID. Yes, and then I want this value to be hidden, and then yeah, and then here the name of the loan, I will say delete. Yes, delete. Let me say del. So in here I will then say if the button delete, we are using post in this case, post, if then post delete is clicked, we can then, if you don't understand the code, guys, you can ask along the way and then I'll be glad to answer. And then now we will collect the user, and we are basically collecting the value of the user here, which is the ID. We will say post ID and we want user, and then after that let us just say let me just say SQL, and then with this SQL we are saying my SQLi query, and then we already have our connection at the top, and its name the con, and then we are going to delete the table name, it's viewers, delete viewers where ID is equals to what's happening? Oh, use this one. I should use this one, where ID is equals to user. And let me not get an error, but then let me double check if everything works. So I'll just say if SQL, this statement executed, I will just say where is the echo here. I'll just bring this echo here. I'll just say okay, I would say echo because I'm printing inside PHP. I'll just say echo, and then I'll just say deleted, and also in case everything in case there was an error, let me just say error. Okay, and then this one, let's make it red. Let's make it red. Okay, just to double check if I have any errors here. Okay, so we're having a form, the method. Where am I closing the form? Okay, the form is actually after the okay, we have a form, we have an input, the user, the value, it's the ID, and it's inside the loop, and then it's hidden. We have the button, the value is delete. Okay, there is a question, bro. It's a co bro, is it a conscious decision to embed HTML into PHP, or it's a requirement? Uh, Victor, do you have a stable answer for this one? I do have an answer, but I feel like mine is going to be confusing.
Oh, okay. Yes, since PHP, okay, when you are using PHP, it is a backend language, we understand. But PHP is built in such a way it supports HTML. So in order to make everything work, you have to actually embed the HTML. So yeah, it is a decision that you can make.
Yes.
Because you can see there are old websites whereby you find that the website is run under PHP. You can see at the header there it says maybe index.php. So I think it can be embedded to HTML can be added to PHP. And then also keep in mind that since it's a backend language, whatever that you see there, the if statements, the fetch, it doesn't get displayed on the front end. So it gets hidden by the server of PHP, which is XAMPP, right? Yeah, XAMPP.
Yeah, it's the same. And the way they made it to sort of accommodate HTML, it's we use a code to print out statements in PHP, but then still it is capable to detect that this code is an HTML, so it doesn't display this code as it is, but it renders its functionality or its end results. So PHP has been built to sort of accommodate HTML. That is why what the output that we are going to find is the text that says deleted, and also with the styling that comes with CSS and HTML. So yes, I wouldn't say it's a requirement, but then it's recommended since PHP has the capabilities to run HTML inside it. Yes. So now let us come and refresh here. I don't know if I'm going to find errors, but then let us say refresh. Okay, there are no errors, guys. So whatever we were doing is that we want to click delete, and then Palisa should disappear. So let us see if whatever we did was correct. So now I will click. Okay, we find an error here, guys. I love errors. So the error that we are finding, it's in line 34, and basically it is saying that the manual correspond where ID blah 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 where one. I think there was an something that it's off here in line 34. So let us fix it together, guys. Line 34, it's this line. Delete. Oh, okay. Viewers is the database name. Is the database name, isn't it? Yeah. So I wasn't supposed to say. I wasn't supposed to put it like this. So just a second. Yeah, it's an error that I made there. Okay, I said delete viewers instead of saying maybe language right not this one. Okay, just a second, guys. In ngabaleki. Then it's query. No, it's no. Oh, table specific. Okay, so in here I should say search. No, not this one. Just a second, guys. In something is off with my coding here. What is it? SQL. The delete it should be delete from viewers, not delete viewers. It should be delete from viewers. I'm not so sure if you guys could understand. I didn't have from, I said delete viewers, so I should say delete from viewers. You see. Okay, let us save it and give it a try. I will say save, go back to our code and refresh. So it says deleted. I'm not so sure if you guys can see. Let me increase the font here. So it says deleted, but then it's not disappearing immediately. That's because I did not use the what is it? Yes, something somehow. So Palisa is no longer here. And the same way, if I delete Lerato and I delete Lerato again, the other one disappears. If I refresh, also this one is going to be gone. So that is how you sort of delete data. And I was very fast to you guys, so I'm not so sure if you did understand whatever that I was saying. Yeah. Okay, they say sometimes you forced to have it embedded. Yeah, true. Anyways, I just find it clear to have PHP at the top of HTML and under, but your style also works. Oh, here I wasn't following any best practices. It was just us trying to understand that for you to delete a specific user, you must have a way of tracing them, and also it was just that. The only thing that I have on top is the connection, but the rest it's in between, and it's not really much of a good practice to have everything combusted. So yeah, thanks best breezy. You can even use echo. Is there any other comment, Victor, that I missed? I'm relying on you.
On the comments, I don't think matter. There's one suggestion. Instead of, but it will be too complex if you're a beginner. But you can have a script there that says after you have maybe submitted, and then
it auto refreshes. Yeah, it's also possible. And normally the way I tend, it's okay, ne? The way I do it most of the time is that I submit the form on the next page to process, and then after processing it comes to this one. It refreshes, by doing so. Yeah. But then there are a lot of ways of
yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah.
Also.
Okay, so any other example that you guys would like to have or to see, since here I'm not following any best practices, guys. Remember, if you are now dealing with a real world project, instead of you going straight to the command of saying do this in the database, you must first what is it they call it, double checking the data, the values. Also there is this other term, I forgot it with PHP, but you are sort of, is it cleaning the text? I'm not so sure what's the term, Victor. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. So before you even talk to the database, because the database is very sensitive, you need to do all of those precautions. Check if all the required fields have data. Uh, there's a lot that you need to figure out, but as a beginner, we don't normally tell you those things because we want you to be happy with adding data, deleting the data, the updating. And then when you are now used to how does PHP work, we then tell you that, hey Baba, now you need to make sure that that is a number. For example, here we're dealing with an age. You need to double check with the database, is that a number? Is it a positive number? Because you can't have a negative number. So even if it's a number, you also need to double check, is it a positive number? You can't have someone who is 3 years old in the social media, so you also check, maybe is that age above 16. All of those things, there is a lot that you need to double check. But for you to get started to understand databases, we only tell you about the create, the read, the update, the delete. And when you now understand that, we take it a step further, meaning you now need to monitor the data. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for following. Okay, and then there is low. Is there any complex things that you guys would you maybe, oh, do update? All right, they want me to do update, Victor. Okay, so before I can even start with the coding, let me do the planning. So here we will add the data, right? We will add the data. And for the update, to make things more clean, I will just have a separate I will just have a separate form where I can select the user and then update that specific user information, right? So let us go to our coding, right? So I think I need to label this form as okay, this one it's fetching, and then this one it's a form. This one, let me just give a label here. Let me say it's an h2, and then let me say add new day, add new user, and then I think I will just do a copy here, copy and paste, and then I will just say update user. Remember guys, I'm not following any recommended good practices here. So let me just say update user. I'll just say update user. All right, if I refresh, okay, let me not refresh, let me just restart the page. So here we will add, here we will update. Okay, let me make spaces here at the bottom so that it looks nice. I'll say your info. I will just say that. Okay, it's minor thing. Okay, so now for me to update the user, I will need to first select what user or which user am I selecting. So I will use the select. I'll use the select tag, and then for the options, I will just say it's an option, and then let me just copy two of this. The first one, it's I'll just say select a user, and then the select, this one is required because we cannot continue before right, and then I'll say required. So the example that I'm going to do here, okay, let me be smart and only update the one that we want if we don't want anything. So these ones are not going to be much of a requirement. You will choose which one you want, but then there should be at least one that you change here. and then with the here I will use a PHP to fetch the data, but I already have the PHP there. So let me go here when I'm talking about the fetch. So let me take this PHP here. Oh, how can I do this one? I can, okay, let me just copy everything here, man. It's not a formal project, this one. And then here on via update I will put it here, and then inside the, and there, oh, and then this option I then, let me say, cut, and then inside here when I print I need to print this option, and then also I must use the name or the value. This one we use value. I will use let me use the ID so that everything goes accordingly. I will I will use the ID. Okay, Victor, can you please monitor the comment section for me so that I don't miss any valuable comment?
I see. I'll break your application so bad as a tester.
Oh,
Because we're not using any solid principles, or
yeah,
we're not using any architectural design that is there.
yeah,
It's
no,
just mainly this video was just for answering questions, and then
yeah,
there was a suggestion to say to keep this live going, let us just conclude this thing.
yeah.
There is
No security protocols. Yeah,
Maravele, I would agree with her if it's a her, and then if it's a him as well, I would agree.
yeah.
Testers, these ones,
They give us headache, ne?
I don't like testers. Every time, Inspire, they give me, okay, I program, I create the test cases, and then I give to the testers.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you.
Bakuphula moya.
They will reveal a bug. They will reveal a bug that is hidden. You didn't even know where that bug is, but they will reveal it.
Yeah, ne?
That's why I hate them so much.
Hey, ma devils, labantu labo.
Sometimes you ask yourself, bekafunani umuntu wona lana?
Eish.
Bekafunani? Bekazongena azoyenzani la?
Yeah, ne?
Ngenza i-test case yakhe e-right, eluza la.
Yena so nzinza letinye tinto.
Hey,
Yeah.
but then we must have them at the end of the day.
Yes, yeah, because they are sure they are the performance of our applications. Yeah.
Yeah, they break it to make it perfect.
So, hey, vela batongsola lana elama practices. I'm not following any good practice here. Yeah,
If you're gonna follow practices, it's gonna be a problem.
it's gonna take a
It's gonna
while.
be a long. It's gonna be so long. Yeah.
So here what I want to do now, it's for, I want to, the values, I want to preoccupy them with their existing details, so that if someone doesn't enter the name, by default it takes the value of the oh, so for me to have the name here, okay, it's going to be complicated here, because now I want this name to match the ID that was chosen here. Holy F. Sis. Okay, ngingafaki to info yakuzwa ngento njani. This is just a random example. So le ID lesiyikhethako lana, and then update information. But then if I say, because it's not inside the loop, yeah, unless you guys you want us to further update this let me just say name update. Let me just say name up. Angifuni kuhlangane ma variables lana. Angifuni kuhlangane ma variables. And then for ID, let me just say ID update. Angifuni kube inxushunxushu. And then here we'll just say update. Kambe update ubana, let's update viewers, and then sengifaka the table names. So we'll be updating the name, the column names, the name, I think it was gender, and then age, and then also the values. So it's not a where, now it's about values. And then the values, we also do the same thing. I have to open the brackets. So the values is going to be, okay, I haven't fetched the data. Let me fetch the data. Oh, the way it's also required because we are updating. So the where condition is also a must for us to update the correct user. So the ID, it's ID update. I don't wanna mix the variables here. I'll just say ID update, and then it will be the name up. Okay, the $sign. Yo, it's my first time coding live. I mean, it's not this thing. The pressure that I have. Imagine now I get errors, all of those things. Hey. And then it's going to be gender up, just for update. I don't know, confuse the wara. And then it's going to be age up, age for update. Then let me change here, age, a gender. Any other comments, Victor? The name.
There are no comments.
I was ngizame kuba quick because I'm not that fast. I'm a slow code. Today it's my first time being under pressure. Imagine if I took a competition by the hackathon or whatever. I won't survive. Let me just say.
It is copy and paste.
I shows me win a hackathon. Lama projects lang now lana. I'll just say fail. Because let me say SQL2 here.
Sometimes data science.
Oh, kungabi ngiloku lengikuthandzako mina.
Yeah.
All right. Any someone who wants us to afuna kubona lokho ne.
Yeah,
Okay, Evict.
yeah.
Let me get a quick line of code ye JavaScript. Ngifuna ku auto refresher after
Submission.
yeah.
Tani kone. Man hamba lapha ngiche.
Ngisebenzisa header.
Yeah, then so script ne. Script.
Mara I feel like auto refresh to submit the data again.
Nje.
Okay, we are texting. I send the redirect. Okay, ngifusho njalo. And then ngisebenzisa
script and then open it.
Yeah, ngifakile script.
Close the script. Then within the script, allow Windows. It's Windows.location.reload. Then parentheses.
Hey. Just like this. Oh, ufuna bracket, yeah.
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then from there, after doing that, it will just refresh.
I mean, ngijwayele PHP, JavaScript is not my thing. Awuthi ngifake kuyo yonke le. Oh, ngikhohlwe kuvala la.
Oh, hey, I'm not to spanner this thing. I'm going. But hey, asisibona.
Asisibona. ya sengifake yonke indzawo.
Ngeke isipane within ilo ifunga kayikholanga eish.
Ayisitobona khona cause i-alert iyarana phakathi kwe-echo phakathi le kwe-PHP but then asitobona
Okay,
khona.
sizame urana show.
Okay, any data someone lofuna siyifake, I'll start by myself. Gift, I'm a male. I'm a male. And I am 20, guys, so don't be shocked. I'm 20 years. And then if I say submit, okay, it did not do the auto.
Refresh.
Okay, let me. Okay, submit to the data. I think somewhere, somehow.
Awusho ukuthi kufuna remove le screen.
Yeah, submit to. Okay, let me just say undo. I will just use what is it? Let me just use a header and then dot location and then we point on the same page location and then we point to index.php. Okay, even though angeke sisayibona le alert yethu let's see updated, but then zama loku avoid a refresh. Where else? Okay, here. Okay, save. Okay, data yam ingene kayi-2. Ngitofaka i-data yabani yana? Ngitofaka Victor. Cause kahle kahle bebathi sende i-update, so and then Victor nangaki 23 ukhulile. That's a submit. Ihambe twice for le date. Okay.
I'm thinking lama poster because every time I submit it, I poster ngathi.
Yeah, but then labo post ngifake amagama lahlukene. Name.
Ngikhiphile script lapha.
A script ngikhiphile script. Okay, but the thing is bebafuna silungise update, bebafuna sende example ya update, so i-data nginayo. Yeah, and uma update sidodalana selector le user lesifuna kuyi-update. So kwanyalo sido selector mhlambe give to ekuqala and then okay, awuthi ngipopulate le data njengoba injalo nedinga ishintshe ngifuna kushintsha i-gender, ne? Ngifuna kubona what's this thing 17 and then ngidotsi female and then ne-age yami mhlambe ngithi ngishite 20 and then uma ngithi update angakho siniyambona lo update, but uma sengithi update and then ayikashintshe effect. Oh, book. Ebona le error line 102 no line 107. Oh. 102 bathi ID up. Oh, okay, ID up line 102 and need the name for lelona for le select yethu la selector khona lo muntu, so kumele ngithi name and then leligama kambe le name ya this thing I think it's ID up. Yes, bese ngithi ID up. Yes, bashite line 1 and then bese kuba line 102 na line 107 or line 107 $ line up. Okay, yeah, bekungiloko kuphela and then uma ngithi refresh himatot sayikuphi inkinga manje? Update viewers line 102 ID up line 107 guys in angakho sinayibona error kumbe njani. ID up, it's ID up. Nang name ukhona la kuleli form. Okay. And then it's ID up, and then lo ID uthatha i-value lengilona. Okay, it's fine. And then lo ID lona ngilona. Okay, it's fine. Uyangihleka Silwazi. And then yalo ngifuna lo ID up, which is lo muntu lesiselecta yena. So it's ID up now, and it's post, right? Oh, okay. I was ngicale phansi ngirefresh le page, and then sengiyayi-update le data. Ngidotse give to ekucala, nedi ngishintsha i-gender kuphela, and then ngithi update. Ngalo error bathi line 107 kuphela. Okay. Update viewers, name, gender, age. Values, it's name up, gender up, age up, where guys, why ningangitsheli ukuthi bekumele ngithi update viewers bese ngithi set, not this thing mara guys nina bekumele ngithi set, and then bese name ngimniketa lo name up. But guys, why ninga and I know kuna someone loyathi answer lapho but uhlidi guys, how bekumele ngithi set. Yes. Guys, mina ngiyanduba Nkosi yami. Yo, nangekela ngasistrugglisha. Bekumele ngithi set bese ngithi where ID is equals to. Yo, Lwazi ungihleka ngamabumi, answer uyayathi. So I'll refresh the page, and instead ngi-update give to ekucala, ngishintsha i-gender kuphela, it's a female. Mangithi update, as you can see say updatekile guys. Yo, hi. Who was requesting the update? I hope I did not take long. Lol, okay, I was gonna make you cry. Lol, I would break your application so bad. That's a test. I was about to say not sanitization. Oh yeah, the sanitization and prepared statements. Yeah, for security purposes and to also to protect your database or your data. Yeah, you use those. Oh, Silwazi, do update. Unfortunately, it took me a while. Yeah, it's because I didn't plan all of these things, and I'm not a person who's perfect in live sessions. So yeah, why is my screen like this? So any other question, guys? It's been a while, and the session has been going on for about an hour. So anything specific? I think we did cover the CRUD today, the create, the fetch, the update and delete. That's what we use the database for. To insert, update, Victor. Let's see. Oh, okay. I will then come here. I will update Victor, the last one, and then I will just change his name to Silwazi. Let me just say Silwazi. And because I did not set my code to preoccupy the existing values for Victor, I will just put new ones here. But I will say Victor wouldn't like me calling him a female. I'll just say so the only thing that changed was Silwazi here. Still the female, it's here. But then I wanted it to only, okay, I wanted to make it maybe preoccupy these fields with the ID that goes with this one, so that you can, there is no need for you to change everything, you just update what you want. But because I didn't plan this, it's going to take me a while, because normally I start by planning my database whenever I'm working on a project, so that I don't run into such errors. You see, like the social platform that I was working on, people must comment, it must track your comments, people create groups, they comment in the groups, all of those things. The tracking was very mind challenging. You see? Slwazi. Okay, Slwazi, I have a question. What language do you use the most whenever you are building your own projects? It can be a mobile application or websites, or what is it that you prefer using? Someone must take a break. Okay, Victor, is there anything to add? Mina, I think I will end the session, because tomorrow we will be talking about what is it, SEO. So I need to prepare for tomorrow's session. They said people.
I think we can go and eat.
Yeah, we should go eat. Ne? There is someone who wanted to join. Maybe the person has a question. It's Delta. It's still loading. I think he has something to ask or to add. Hi, Delta.
Yeah. Njani ude?
Siyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following this for sorry, for some time now. So yeah, and also I watched your tutorial or the live that you did today regarding AdSense.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have some question for you, because I saw that you're also having the same issue with your address verification.
Yes.
So, did you before maybe, like before, were you able to verify it, or it has been like that since you joined AdSense?
This is my second account. The first one that I have, I wasn't able to receive the letter that they sent, since
Yeah.
yes. So after they have given you all the 3-4 chances for you to verify with the letter, they then ask you to submit your ID copy. Yes, so they can verify. That is why I'm not worried with the error, because I think it's this account, it's 2 months old. So I'm waiting for, where's the verification, for the verification to end, so that they allow me to verify with my ID. Yes.
Oh, so meaning the first one you're not able to monetize it.
No, the first one is making money, it's verified and whatsoever. But this, it's my second account, so I haven't verified yet. Yes.
Okay, so how did you verify the first one, if you may ask?
I had to submit my ID, my copy. I mean, it wasn't a copy. I had to take pictures.
So meaning you submitted that thing for more than 4 times, then they then ask you to verify using your ID.
Yes, exactly. After you have Akiri, you request the PIN. They send it to you. They give you 2 weeks to wait for the letter. If you don't, you request again. You request again. So after the request have been depleted, that is when they will require you to submit your IDs. You can go to learn more, and then it will talk about the steps as to how you can verify your account.
Yeah, man. I'm also struggling with the same thing. So
I'm not able to generate any money because of the dash.
Yes, and the money is very slow if it's not verified. Like mine, I make Boma 1 rand a day, Boma. So the money is very slow if you are not verified. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to wait because this thing you put post office, I say,
Yeah, it doesn't work this one. Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Bafo. Thank you, Bafo.
Yeah, and yeah, thanks for all the knowledge that you share with us, man. Much appreciated.
Okay. You are welcome. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me end the session. Okay, guys, tomorrow, 8 a.m., we are talking about SEO, and basically, SEO is all about making your website to be recognized by search engines. So, that is what we will be talking about tomorrow morning. It's either you have an online store or you have your own website as a blogger. We will be focusing on that. So, thank you for for being in the session. See you tomorrow, guys. Okay, now
All right, thanks.
all right, bye. Yo, senya sweater. Yashisa lamuhla. Yo. All right, let me